A man risks his sanity and his life. Part 1 of Memorandum for a Spy, starring Robert Stack, Felicia Farr, George Macready, and Albert Paulson. As Bob Hope presents... the Chrysler Theater. An hour of entertainment from Chrysler Corporation. Makers of Plymouth, Dodge, Chrysler, Imperial, Dodge trucks, all quality engineered by Chrysler Corporation.
Good evening. Tonight's dynamic presentation, Memorandum for a Spy, is the first of an exciting two-parter. And we designed it so that the segment is a complete show in itself. We did that because we didn't want you waking up General Sarnoff in the middle of the night to find out how it ends. The title spy tonight is played by the untouchable Robert Stack. In tonight's drama, he portrays a tortured, guilty-ridden undercover agent who blames himself for having bungled his last assignment. But then these days, anybody can swallow the radio in his martini. Starring opposite Bob, we have gorgeous Felicia Farr. And I guess you all know she's really Mrs. Jack Lemmon. You can tell she's married to a comedian who's got her trained. When I told her I was thinking seriously of playing Bob Stack's role, she just stood there and laughed. We're also lucky tonight to have that famous screen heavy, George Macready, as the hard-working head of U.S. intelligence. But it threw George a little playing a good guy. After playing so many bad guys, he kept chasing the wrong man, himself. To round out our cast, we brought back Albert Paulson, who won an Emmy on Chrysler last year for his memorable performance in One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. All right, let's synchronize our watches, and in a moment, Memorandum for a Spy.
I used to cry for Shirley Temple.
So did I.
What does the Soviet cultural attaché know about Shirley Temple?
About as much as the American cultural attaché knows about great Soviet opera.
Nicholas, what's happening?
Nothing for you to be concerned about.
Nothing. I brought the codices to Moscow.
These things happen. Don't blame yourself. It has nothing to do with you.
Not quite. You start to race in the coda and barely finish with the piano.
My dear sister, you may be my manager and my most talented accompanist, but I was not racing.
You were?
And we ended exactly together. Andrew?
Well,
Andrew, this is Sunday. More important, it's Sunday USA. So stop being a diplomat.
cultural attaché.
Never mind. Be a musician.
Be a critic.
Man, I've been both, but I better be a diplomat. Record wasn't too fast. The piano was slow. Verdict, approve the recording and let's get some air.
Done.
No, I'm going to listen again. Maybe if we re-record that last movement.
I'm a musician, not a conspirator.
Listen, Gregor, you say art has nothing to do with politics, perhaps, but people do. A great artist is being choked to death by the society in which he lives. Isn't it someone's duty to help him? You agreed to that much last time we talked.
Even should I agree. Now, how can I help? You say your people don't know anything more about the defection than rumor.
We're outsiders, Gregor. You know those people. Next week, you'll be in Moscow. My holiday's over. I'll be back there, too. The countless receptions given for you during the tour, you'll be with them. You'll drink with them. You'll talk with them. You'll be able to find out who it is that wishes to defect, Gregor. You must. We wish to help this person.
Andrew, it's so unlike you. It's one thing to serve your country in your own area.
Gregor, this is my area. Ah, we were talking about an artist. Someone who dreams of the same freedoms you enjoy even now.
Gregor, I still think that in the coda...
Natalie, Andrew has something to ask of us.
This is very tedious, and you are our guest, so at least allow me to review your statements in English. Question. At the time you became acquainted with the Korlitzes, were you aware that they were still citizens of the Hungarian People's Republic? Answer, yes, but they are awaiting American citizenship. It's too bad they don't share your diplomatic immunity. I mean, it would save us all of this bother.
General, do you have a point to make? I don't have to remind you. I have a plane to catch.
What? No. No, I was just thinking that this silly business would not be taking place if artists stayed out of politics. I suppose they mean well, but they do stumble about. It's very untidy. Everything was going so well for them, too. How could they have let themselves become involved?
General, please.
Please, just one more moment. Question. Do you have any information regarding a report that the Koblitz is intended to subvert a Soviet artist? Answer, the idea is ridiculous. Gregor Koblitz is an honored guest of this country. He is here to play music, not cloak and dagger. Question. Do you have any knowledge of an assignation scheduled for tonight at a party backstage at the Opera House wherein Gregor Koblitz was to have given the name of this possible defector to a representative of the CIA? The CIA sound sinister to you. I hate abbreviations. We do it also. Everything is initials. If we called the International Red Cross the IRC, even it would become suspect. Yes. I forgot the question.
So have I.
Well, it does not matter.
General, I must insist. I have to be on that plane.
And we insist that you allow us to provide you with a motorcycle escort to the airport and 1,000 apologies and 1,000 best wishes for a swift return.
I assume the business about the codices is all straightened out.
I had hoped you might be able to help me remove some of the pressure from them. The name of the defector is important to us.
Diplomats, pompous frauds, liars, idiots.
Which one? Who?
All of them. Once upon a time, there has been no tea and cake, no hypocritical sparring, no escorts to the airports, no games. In my day.
But, sir, it is your day.
Yes. Technically, they know I disapprove of this new gentle attitude toward the enemy. They even disapprove of the word enemy. Carrie thinks I am dated. He thinks I belong with Beria and the rest.
He's wrong. You'll soon be back where you belong.
Mary, we're going to Paris.
Yes, of course, but, you know, we are not assigned to this matter, sir.
Conger is on his way to Paris. We have official business in Paris next week. But on our return, we'll acknowledge our real business. And we'll be honored right back into authority. Because they're wrong about Congress. He's not just a diplomat. I know that sound in a voice. I squeezed that type of larynx for too many years not to know when a man is choking with knowledge.
Andrew.
Nicholas, how kind of you to see me off. How very kind.
I'm not here out of kindness. I was summoned here to be told. To be told that Gregor Koblitz was shot trying to escape. And his sister hung herself in her cell when told.
Congress? Enjoying Paris?
Jutland? Yes, of course, Jutland. Who else could find me? Who else stands so straight? Smells so sober.
When I drink, I smell of drink.
Mr. Jutland doesn't drink liquor. He evaluates it.
You don't be sardonic, Andrew. Doesn't become you. Time you came back to work, it allowed you all the wallowing you're entitled to. You indulged you enough. More than enough.
You don't indulge anybody. You may add some rope to the leash so they have enough room to scurry away a few miserable feet. And then you yank.
Vivid, but wrong. I mean to ask, not to order. My asking may be more strenuous than some, but then our business is more strenuous, isn't it?
Don't make me fight you, Jutland. You won't want what you'd win. A spy with a runaway conscience. Jutland, what do you want with madness?
We need someone who can not only simulate madness, but who might be mad. We need a shattered man. Congress, I believe we need you.
Leave me alone, you machine-made patriot. I don't know you.
Of course you do. I'm your country. For better or worse, I'm your country.
The reply is still negative.
What?
You tell him. Every night I pray. There's 1,000 lives so that I can die badly in each of them. Die as they did. Right? Where's your face? Paint and powder. How can you insult paint and powder? A pastel slash across the face instead of a mouth. Like sockets where eyes should be.
My dear, I assure you, it was the wildest. Here we are. Well now, to Jemison Carter. Although brand new to our little group, she has conquered us all.
Met a very interesting group of men here tonight. Just my luck. Him. I think I'll choose him.
Now, my dear, I think you picked a loser.
I hope he skis.
You look at me with those blind eyes. Why don't you cry? There should be tears. There should be tears.
Sir, I insist that you behave.
Why you and not her? Why me and not him? Two tender people who thought the world had magic. Tell me why. Why?
perfect choice for me. Let me have a chance alone with him. You're all marvelous, and I'll see you in a few weeks.
Oh, darling, you're incorrigible.
Why, Natalie, not you? Why, Gregor, not me?
You could use a friend. He won't cause any more trouble. I promise.
Next time I call the police.
Who cares about the police?
Ah, you can't drink in jail. Come on, there's a table over there.
What's the matter? What are you staring at?
Monsieur le bartender, s'il vous plaît. Your Jameson must be good. She France. She will fry to France.
You don't say very much.
You pick me up. You talk.
That's not fair.
Fairly?
I suppose not.
Why'd you pick me up? I know what I look like, and I am patently a nobody. Your world is somebody's.
They're bright, amusing, successful, and they drive me right up the wall.
Will I bore you too?
Let's see about that in Switzerland. You will come, won't you? I could so easily arrange for another booking.
What time your train leave?
Our train leaves in an hour and a half. You want to help me pack? I don't live very far from here.
You're not anything you pretend to be. You know that, don't you? Now, don't be indignant. Why shouldn't you wear a mask? It's no masquerade.
Feels like snow. Do you like snow?
Snow? Snow comes down. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
Down and down, brushing your cheeks like a mother's lips. Comes down and down, quieting all things. The city, the noise, the terror, the heart. Snow comes down. That's all I know.
Snow comes down. That's all I know.
friend looks unhappy.
My cousin is very tired. He's been studying very hard for his doctorate.
What are his subjects?
Oh, mostly the humanities. Mr. Congress, it's late. I am tired. I've been at this for too many years. Now you're young, with many years to live, to enjoy, to market all the pleasures of the world. Now we've offered you a substantial amount of money.
Why would I sell? Look at me. You think I'm still a patriot?
No, but I think that you're still trying to react like one. The effects of patriotism, like prejudice, Mr. Congress, do not erase easy. A man may have come to hate prejudice, but that doesn't mean he's free of it. I am afraid, Mr. Congress, you're still a captive of your dreams.
Father's psychology, Mr. Everton, is not only faulty, worse, it's dull.
Mr. Congress, I want to know very simply who the Soviet citizen is who is planning to defect. You were the cultural attaché in Moscow when it was all arranged, and you know. Mr. Congress, I am trying to be of the new school. I would like to think that things have changed. But you refuse to let me.
What can I do? You said that I was trapped by a behavior pattern.
Behavior patterns can be changed.
You said not.
Not by some methods, perhaps.
Good. He's good.
I am sorry, Mr. Congress. There's nothing personal. But you force us to be old-fashioned.
As old-fashioned as Stalin? You're better. It is odd. I'm on the floor about to be kicked to death. You look frightened. Why?
You behave well.
Behaved well. He stayed silent because he knows nothing. You told me he knows nothing.
Even so, you did behave well, my friend. So now, soon it will be my turn.
What do you mean it will be your turn?
I've acted without authority, and they know. They always know. They know everything. So now it begins. Kurt summons home, a silent train ride, and at the station, the final reception by overcoats that walk like men. I'm going home to die.
Excuse me, sir, who?
I knew him years ago. He was one of our top intelligence men. We had a mutual interest about some Nazi generals just before the end.
Alles ansteigen, Landkart, Zurich, Paris, alles ansteigen. We better board, sir.
Graham Jutland in clusters. A coincidence? Perhaps.
Letzte Mal, alles ansteigen.
It rains, sir.
Perhaps Congress behaved even better than I thought. And perhaps I am not quite there.
Hello, Congress.
Why, aunt me. Why waste time with a casualty?
Exactly. A possible psychotic.
Sure, there's a pleasure in madness that none but madmen know.
I too like riding.
Now, you're a scholar. Fellas can be anything, can't you?
I think I like John Dryden. You know, Congress, sometimes I find it difficult to remember what I really do like. In our business, posture is everything. Who can recall first emotion?
Now, if you finish showing me the human...
I'm not finished. We don't treat our mental casualties in conventional acceptable hospitals. We have a number of well-situated, shall we say, retreats, completely staffed by our own people. We try to minimize the danger of the deranged and disturbed agent giving information.
I have no information, you know that.
Will you stop being the victim? It's getting a bit unsettling. If you don't owe it to us, how about them?
Them?
The violinist, Colditz and his sister. You recruited them.
I killed them.
If you walk out of this room now, it could make their death an obscenity. You recruited them for a job. You must finish it. Now listen to me. They've planted an agent in our hospital near Cherbourg. We believe you can ferret him out. I must admit, it's an extraordinary idea to plant an agent there. And how nice of them to cure our sick. Share the secrets of our madness.
There's no sanctuary anywhere, is there?
I've never heard of one. You're going into that hospital. No, not right now. Only after special training. You'll be a beautifully rehearsed patient. Rehearsed in the specifics of a major psychosis. You're the perfect candidate, Congress. Once you enter our hospital, it'll seem like the most natural thing in the world. They already believe you know the name of the defector. Their agent should make straight for you. Your first instructor is already here in clusters. We've rented that chalet up the mountain. It all seemed quite innocent. Innocent. Funny word for it. I mean, you two are the perfect cover. The most natural thing on earth. You understand now why we had you two meet that way.
even my snow maiden.
We'd have used your grandmother if we had to.
The boy hates the girl. He wants to push her off the edge of the world. And she's old. Old and strong. She hates the sky. She wants to rip it up. She's screaming at the sky, higher, higher!
No, stupid, don't you understand? She's screaming at the boy. The boy doesn't want to hurt her, but he can't help it. He's driven. He has no choice.
It's very interesting. You know, if I didn't know better.
You didn't know what?
Try this one.
It's charming. Sort of like Mohawk Valley, upstate New York.
Very good. You must give them sane, accurate moments. Remember, from time to time, the paranoid type has many lucid periods. How about a little love? A little old-fashioned love. Come on, nobody's gonna bite you. That's what it's all about, amigo. Love. What's the matter? Do I disgust you? Does honest emotion disgust you? You want me to tell you why? Because you're empty. Zero. Nada. That's what I mean. You have to build towards the levels of disturbance. Don't rush them. And always remember hate. Massive, unreasoning fury. And hate. Hate.
A piano. Piano. Piano accompanies a violin. Violin, 1,000 years old. Aged in pain. Punished and stained with blood. Blood! Shut it off.
It was totally convincing.
Perhaps the flies have conquered the flypaper.
You look tired. Why don't you get some sleep?
Hate.
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 Not amnesia. Recent lapses. Watch them while they watch you. Never look away. There's no one down.
Gregor!
I'm afraid Miss Corder won't be able to keep her appointment. I am sorry. But you've left some questions unanswered. Whiskey, please. Oui, monsieur. And it occurred to us that the matter of Miss Corder's safety might loosen your memory. The water here is horrible. My stomach. We'll be leaving Switzerland on the evening train. Miss Corder Cora will be with us. Compartment 7. If you decide to join us peacefully, Miss Cora will be allowed to leave the train before we cross into my country.
You really think I'd make the grand gesture for a woman I barely know? You want me? Try and take me.
I wouldn't dream of trying to take you physically. You have to do it of your own free will. As I said before, Mr. Congress, you're a dreamer. You're a prisoner of your dreams.
Budapest, Macau, Varsovie, Minsk, Molenski et Moscou. Départ du train 33-7, à Nice dans 5 minutes. Tout le monde à bord.
Sir, could you wear that revolver on the other side of your coat? It's giving me severe lacerations.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
Do you think he'd surrender himself because of me? It's a joke.
We're leaving. He's not coming.
Calm yourself. We'll see.
I'm afraid we misjudged him again, sir. He's no gentleman.
Couldn't be more embarrassed. I have no baggage. You'll have to lend me a clean shirt and a toothbrush.
You're a fool.
No, a dreamer.
Là, mon garçon, le voilà installé.
Tell him this is ours. We have the whole compartment.
C'est occupé. Nous avons réservé tous les compartiments.
Monsieur, le petit ne tient pas beaucoup de place. Le train est bondé. Il vient d'être très malade. Il se retourne chez ses grands-parents.
Said the porter that the boy is too crowded. I mean, he's not much room, and he's been sick, and he's going home to his grandparents.
Il y a de la place ici. Assieds-toi, mon petit, près de moi.
What?
He wants the boy to stay.
Merci, monsieur.
Non, fais attention, hein. Ne prends pas froid.
Non, non, c'est promis.
Porter is right. You must not catch cold.
Mon ami se fait aussi du souci pour toi.
They both worry about the boy's health.
It's ridiculous.
Comment tu t'appelles?
Jean-Paul, et vous?
They exchange names.
Moi, je m'appelle Smith.
Smith, c'est drôle.
The boy thinks Smith is funny.
Fun. Que tu es tombé malade à Closter?
He said, did you become ill at Gloucester?
Non, j'étais déjà malade. Je suis allée chez les parents. Je crois que l'air devait me faire du bien.
He said, no, he was ill. He went to his relatives. They hoped the air would help him, but it
Bientôt,
didn't
tu
help
iras
him.
mieux. Tu verras, tu verras.
Je vais mourir.
What did he say?
Alors, nous allons tous mourir.
Oui, bien sûr.
What did he say?
He's going to die. The boy is going to die.
écoute un bruit du train. On peut dire tous les mots qu'on veut.
He said, listen to the train. It can make any words that we wish. It's a game.
Oui, il dit, c'est haut les uns, c'est haut les uns.
He said, the Alps are high, the Alps are high.
Jean-Paul vivra toujours, Jean-Paul vivra toujours, Jean-Paul vivra toujours.
Jean-Paul will live forever, etc.
Et je suis d'accord, je suis d'accord.
And I agree. And I agree.
That's enough. The game is over, Congress. I want you to stop it.
C'est amusant.
Mr. Boy, I said the game is finished. Now stop it!
J'ai peur.
What is he saying?
I don't know, he's frightened. He wants to get out.
Congress may have given him a message. Don't let him out of the compartment. The girls. The girl. Without the girl, watch him.
What'd you mean,
Avatchen. Try me Avatchen. The dreamer. To him.
For what?
For adults. For civilized adults.
Next week, it's Memorandum for a Spy Part 2. Again starring Robert Stack and Felicia Farr. If you think Congress has just been through an ordeal, wait till next time when they confine him to a hospital and really put him through mental torture. They lock him up in a room full of Playboy magazines and turn off the lights. Actually, they go a lot further than that. Shall we face a little of what Congress is going to face?
They're going to give a few more tests tonight. They want you arrested. Test? What do you mean? What kind of a test? Nothing. One shot. It'll help. Come on, let's go.
Don't do it. Don't let him do it. I know about those rests before the shot. They want you to tell the truth. Don't let them do it, Congress. Don't let them put that stuff in you. It's a terrible truth they want. Truth! Truth!
Jimmy, there's no place to go. There are no doors to pound, no walls to climb. We're in the true prison. Jimmy, listen. Listen, when I was a child, I thought there was a smile in the heavens. It wasn't a smile, it was a painted grin. Jimmy, help me. Help me. Look. I'm standing in crawling water, my head shaved like a monk, and my robe to my cloud.
They've not only got Congress, they've got me hooked. How about you? Next week, part 2 of Memorandum for a Spy on the Chrysler Theater.
Tonight, a search for an enemy agent in a government hospital. Part 2 of Memorandum for a Spy, starring Robert Stack, Felicia Farr, and George Macready. As Bob Hope presents the Chrysler Theater. An hour of entertainment from Chrysler Corporation. Makers of Plymouth, Dodge, Chrysler, Imperial, Dodge trucks, all quality engineered by Chrysler Corporation.
Welcome back for the second exciting segment of Memorandum for a Spy, starring Robert Stack and Felicia Farr. Again, tonight's tale is a complete story in itself. After his performance last week, it's pretty obvious that Bob Stack is one of our finest actors and one of our handsomest leading men. But when a man has qualities like that, some things have to suffer. The rest of us. In the gripping second episode tonight, Bob, as an undercover agent, has to prove to a group of psychiatrists that he's out of his mind. They show him a picture of a dog, he says flower. A picture of a cat, he says chair. A picture of Jill St. John, he says Uncle Herman. He made his point. Just as in part 1, gorgeous Felicia Farr plays one of the doctors in the case. Of course, when a girl looks like that, she doesn't have to be a psychiatrist to know what a man's thinking. And in tonight's show, there's a thrilling sequence in which we see psychiatrists spy on other psychiatrists. I guess they want to find out if they're having any better luck raising their teenagers. You know, when we bought this story, we decided to change the title. It was originally called The Quiet Spy, but we figured some people might think it was about a mother-in-law wearing sneakers. So, of course, as you know from last week, it's really about the CIA, and they're such extraordinary spies you could never tell by looking at them. In fact, they don't even wear trench coats on rainy days. What a precarious existence those dedicated secret agents lead. Facing death, going without glory, getting by on nothing but a few hours' sleep and all the secrets they can eat. Well, you know why we've met here, so just pretend you're watching TV, and in a moment you'll have your memorandum for a spy.
I don't know, he's frightened. He wants to get out.
Congress may have given him a message. Don't let him out of the compartment.
Hey, girls. Hey, girl. Without the girl. Watch him.
Abatchin. Try me Abatchin. The dreamer.
We said nothing to each other all night. Congress just sat staring out of the window, and I held the boy in my arms.
Well, here we are planning to send what we thought was a shattered man to a government hospital as a mental case. And he's behaving like a healthy, middle-class hero.
You think because he killed a man that he's healthy, well-adjusted. If anything, he's in worse shape.
Don't worry. We circled the entire area before we picked you up.
Know what his chances are in there of getting out alive?
I'm not a bookmaker. You'll be his only contact with us.
But our whole staff in there is CIA.
With one exception. One of our people is not one of our people. That's why we're sending Congress in there. To find out who is not. The enemy is convinced one of their most famed musicians is about to defect. They think Congress knows who. Once he goes into that hospital, their agent should make straight for him.
How were they able to plant an agent as a CIA psychiatrist in a government hospital?
Because they're good. Please don't glare at me, Doctor. It's not only unattractive, it's a waste of time. Congress goes in tomorrow. I want that agent.
Music. 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 Death. Death. Failure. Failure. Betrayal. Betrayal? No. No, not me. Man. Anguish. Anguish? God. I didn't quite hear that. God? Where? Friendship. Forgiveness. Thank you, Mr. Congress. Tell me something, nurse.
Look, I'd appreciate you not calling me nurse.
Well, that's what you are. Want me to call you male nurse?
Just call me Neasden.
I'll call you Mr. Neeson if that'll help.
That's not my problem.
If you didn't work here, could you tell them apart?
Who?
The patients from the staff.
Yeah, I think I could.
How?
The patients seem more relaxed. Actually, they're more lethargic. They seem to walk slower.
Why are they all staring at me?
Who's staring at you?
Why do they stare at me? Why stare at me when... A child's crying in the next room.
What child?
Listen, there's a child crying in the next room. Listen.
Look, it's getting late. Let's go in. Come on.
Bert, he'll be all right. The name is Edmonds. Harry Edmonds?
More reassurance. There's nothing around this place but trees and reassurance.
Now there is an original gripe from a patient. Too much reassurance. Mind if I join you?
How's the patient?
We should be treating him, sir, not using him.
Later. We'll treat him later.
Suppose he's
resist them.
Congress can't fight.
Then you see that he doesn't get them. Now, how do we stand?
He's on his 100th test. At least he feels like it's his 100th.
Is he getting good marks?
Cum laude.
It had better be summa cum laude. He might not live to graduate.
I'm not quite convinced that this is the time for a truth drug. Of course, he is your patient, Dr. Price, and I'm only the consultant.
That's correct, Dr. Court.
Of course, I can make an early diagnosis, Dr. Richards, but I would like to use the drug before I make it final.
In my experience, sodium pentothal is more effective in therapy than in diagnosis.
Dr. Bryson disagrees. He thinks we should unlock some memories.
But surely, Doctor, you may discover after final diagnosis that on the contrary, we should pack some of those memories back in. Especially if you find borderline schizophrenia.
Yes, but this is clearly a case of paranoia. That recurrent theme of a child crying in the next room was classic.
What's your opinion, Dr. Webb?
Dr. Corder, Dr. Webb is a clinical psychologist. He makes tests. He reports findings. He adds to a picture. He does not make diagnoses.
Dr. Webb can identify a mental aberration quicker than any psychiatrist I know.
Yes, I'm sure Dr. Webb is flattered, but it is our decision that must decide Congress' treatment.
However, I certainly wouldn't want to preclude Dr. Corder hearing out Dr. Webb.
It's very gracious of you, Doctor.
Not at all. After all, we are here to cure, not to win. Would you agree, Doctor?
And I must agree with Dr. Fryson. Congress is obviously keeping something locked up. Sodium pentothal could give us an opening. I'm sorry, Doctor. How long have you been assigned here?
Oh, dear, it'll be a year in March. That's 12 months.
It's a long time to stay in one place.
Especially this place.
Why do you stay?
Sense of duty. One serves where one belongs.
We're going to give him some more tests, right?
What about your family? Must be kind of tough on them.
Oh, no, they understand. Well, I'm very fortunate. I have beautiful, young, healthy parents.
Your parents?
Yes. Why? Well, parents are a family, you know. The only real family you have. They're not like wives who cheat or children who die. Well, what are you staring at me for? Do you think I'm too old to have young, beautiful, healthy parents? Huh?
I didn't mean anything.
You want everybody to be old and ugly, don't you? Old and ugly? Well, why? Why do you want everybody to be old and ugly?
Harry. Take it easy. Huh? Come on, take it easy.
I'm sorry. Don't tell on me, please. I guess I shouldn't have come to see you. I shouldn't have bothered you, but... Oh, well, you see, you look so unhappy.
He's a patient. Of course. What was he telling you? Back there, what was he telling you?
Oh, Dr. Fryson?
Yeah.
Nothing. Come on, I think we better go in. I want you to get some rest.
Why?
Nothing. They're going to give a few more tests tonight. They want you rested.
What kind of tests?
Just a shot. It's nothing. It'll help.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Harry. Don't let him do it. I know all about those rest.
Harry!
They want you to tell the truth. Don't let them put that stuff in you, Congress. It's a terrible truth they want. Truth? Truth! Truth!
Are you still trying to get Dr. Corder at the hospital?
Yes, sir. I still can't reach her.
I don't care what you have to do. Get through to her. I don't want Congress to be given drugs. He doesn't know the name of the real defector, but they'll kill him if they find out he's masquerading.
Yes, sir.
Damn you, Congress. Don't you die on me.
99, 98, 97, 96, 90. Your name? Congress. Your full name, please. Andrew Congress. Is that your real name? No. What is your real name? James Andrew Congress. Don't you like your real first name? Not much. My mother liked it. She said anyone named James Andrew had to grow up well. Did you love your mother? I don't love. Why are you here? To be helped. What's wrong with you? I'm on the edge of a nervous breakdown. Did someone tell you that?
A moment.
Who told you that you were on the edge of a nervous breakdown? Who told you? I don't know. Everyone said I was ill. Everyone? Who? Friends, policemen, bartenders, women. What women? I don't know their names. What's your profession? I worked for the government. In what capacity? In what capacity? In what capacity, Mr. Congress? I was ultra attaché of our embassy in Moscow.
A moment. Yeah.
Why did you leave your position? Failed. Failed? Who?
Dr. Webb, isn't that rather an odd tack?
He's trying to examine the convolutions. Congress given that.
Thank you, Doctor. Why do you feel you failed? I don't know. Do you mean you failed in your duties as cultural attaché? Yes. How? Let it happen. What did you let happen? You see, there was a great man, and he wants. Yes. What does this great man want to do? He wants. wants to walk slowly without turning around.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I tried to stop them from using the stuff. I couldn't. You know what you did? You fooled them. You stood up against a room full of experts, and you fooled them. You took that serum, and you told them your truth without giving away anything you weren't supposed to. Must have crawled up and down your insides, but you beat them. You were perfect. James Andrew Conkers. Your mother was right. You did grow up well.
What's the matter? Huh. Oh, it's all right. I have permission to visit.
Do you, Harry?
Well, yes, of course.
Do you, Harry?
No. But he's a friend of mine. Can I say good night?
I don't think we should disturb him now, but you can say good night through the door.
Will the wood stop our affection? Thanks. Good night, Andrew Congers. Maybe tomorrow, God will visit. And we can all go home. Good night.
Well, we can formalize this report and present it to Washington with our recommendations for therapy. I'm sure they'll be delighted we're all in such complete agreement.
I'm afraid I don't agree at all.
I don't understand you, Dr. Webb. Actually, you are at this meeting as a courtesy.
Then as a token of my gratitude, I must tell you that Congers is definitely not psychotic. After the sodium pentothal session, it occurred to me that Congers is a perfect study in borderline schizophrenia. A perfect blend of reality and delusion. He has absolutely classic rhythms between lucidity and disturbance. Forgive me, doctors. I'm only a clinical psychologist. I'm not allowed to embroider a case history with poetry. Analysts and psychiatrists seem to be allowed dramatic license to pretty up illness into something for the library, theater. I can take no such license. The truth is, Congers is the perfect case. And there's no such thing. Doctor Andrew Congers does not belong in your hospital? And why is he here? I'm afraid that's an answer for the poets and psychiatrists.
Il souriant du maître de la seule frontière des rochers. Oh, attention! Est-ce que tu préfères abandonner maintenant ou attendre que j'étruis? Je ne t'en renvoie certains temps compte, mais je suis la langue la plus incroyable que tu en France. Personne ne me croit. Très bien, que je vais te battre. Tu sais bien ce que ne fait. Tu peux réfléchir. Allons leur sur ses fesses. Touchez, touchez.
It's in French. We'll miss all the subtle nuances.
I'll explain all the subtleties.
Ce n'est pas tout fait comment pile sa loi ses dents. Yes, ça n'est pas du tout ça, mais comme ça à l'école, ses dents.
What do we do about Webb?
Je ne sais pas que tu fais.
Aren't you going to pick him up before he kills Congress? Or would that be too sentimental?
Listen, Webb. Do you think one of their agents is going to come right out with it? Announce happily that Congress is a fraud? Shh.
Who is it?
Nay, dear doctor. That's what we're trying to find out. But with Webb's loud announcement, everyone in that hospital will know about Congress.
I don't think that Webb is convinced the staff yet.
Maybe. But he's made Congress suspect. We've got to make him unsuspect. We've got to reconvince the doctors that Congress is sick. Real sick. See that he gets LSD tonight.
LSD? You're going to give him lysergic acid. You know the effect. LSD can destroy Congress permanently.
In our profession, everything is calculated risk.
Under the influence of that drug, he could admit to anything, including the real role he's playing in there. LSD makes sodium pentothal look like a banana split.
My dear doctor, you know very well that LSD is not a truth serum. Everything he says will be hallucinatory, incoherent, mad. Shh.
Congress won't take LSD. They'll refuse it.
He's not to know. He's been under mild sedation lately, hasn't he? Well, then, the LSD pills will appear to be nothing more.
But to give it to Congress, never mind Congress, should give those symptoms to anyone deliberately, merely to simulate madness. It wouldn't even be simulation. He would be mad as long as the drug lasts.
Right. And long enough to convince the doubter.
He'd be convinced. And so would Congress.
That stuff may save his life. If it removes suspicion. We expect to get the detector out in a day or two. So we must take extraordinary measures before Congress ceases to be of value to their agent.
You don't seem worried. Why should you be? Since Congress only knows the wrong name of the defector, he can't do any real damage. Except get himself killed.
Andrew. Although I have every hope of seeing you tonight after the opera, I'm sending this note to you in the event we do not meet. The man who wants to defect is the distinguished conductor of the opera, Konstantin Turkov. I've talked to him, Andrew, and you're right. He wants to work in freedom. This note is being entrusted to an old friend who assures me that it will be delivered somehow, somewhere. My sister Natalie joins me in sending you our blessings and our deepest thanks for giving both of us the chance to grow as artists and people. Gregor.
What are you trying to do?
You're trying to get me on report? What? Don't disappear. Please. Who disappeared? Look, you're not supposed to be here without a physical therapist in attendance. Try to remember that. What's that? Nothing. All right. All right, it's nothing. Take it easy. I'm not going to take it away. I must see Dr. Corder now. She's out for the day. What's on your mind? Why don't she be back? Tonight. If you want to talk to Dr. Friesen. He's your real den mother. What's the chances of using a phone? None. You know the rules. And don't try it. You can't use the phone, and you can't get off the ground. Believe me.
Look, Bert.
Yeah?
Forget it.
Hello, Harry. How are you? Oh, I'm fine. It's one of my better days. Limited progress.
That's fine, Harry.
Do you mind if I sit down?
Go ahead.
Andrew? Is it really that bad? Do you want me to get one of the staff to come in and talk to you?
Why isn't she back?
Dr. Corder? Is she the only one you can talk to? Oh, I understand that. You know, when I first came here, I could only talk to one doctor.
This is different, Harry, different.
I understand it.
Yeah, Chutlin had it all worked out. But now I know the right name.
You're not making any sense, Andrew. Maybe I should get one of the staff to talk to you. You're not making any sense. Imagine me saying that no one else in this place is making any sense.
You make sense, Harry, believe me. You're getting better all the time. I hear the doctors talk.
The doctors are liars. They're liars. Do you know what they've been saying? been saying my mother and father are dead. My parents are dead. That's a terrible thing to lie about it. Terrible.
Here we go. Here's dinner. Think of it as chicken, string beans, and pudding. Dr. Richards is making the rounds himself tonight. Now, if you don't look a little sedated, they'll put you to sleep for a week.
Dr. Porter come back yet?
I haven't seen her.
Andrew, she's right about the medication. They know if you don't take them. I used to hide them, but they can tell. And then they used to inject me. They'll inject you. Don't let them inject you, Andrew. Don't let them inject you.
I won't, Harry. I won't.
All right, down the hatch.
Go on, Harry. Have your dinner. I'll go by and see you.
All right, come on, back to your room. Come on.
Nobody really knows how terrible it is to be ill this way. Do they?
Jimmys are all so beautiful, all so lovely. Been waiting for you. Oh, why have I been waiting?
What we've done to you, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to bring you to them tonight to exhibit you, but I won't. I can't.
Said I was sleeping, but I knew that was wrong. I wasn't sleeping. I was being buried under waters of the moon.
Oh! Listen, Jimmy. Have you ever heard a sound? The sound of the sun? Listen.
Andrew, try to listen to me. Listen, Andrew.
Oh, I can hear the echoes of black.
Andrew, it's all right. I'm here. It's all right.
I have to tell you something.
What, Andrew?
I'm trying to think, but everything's pulling at me.
Who's pulling?
Jutland, always Jutland. I know, but I'm not supposed to know. Poor Jutland. You put me here because I could only get myself killed, no one else. He didn't dream when I gave him the wrong name.
Andrew, please try to concentrate. Listen to me. Tell me what you know. What is it, Andrew? Please try. Try! Tell me, Andrew, what do you know?
Look how beautiful my Jemison is in the dark. Look how she comforts the night. Where did my Jemmy come from?
Andrew, stay right here. I'm going to get you out of this. I've got an antidote. I'm going to get you out of this.
There's no place to go. No place to go, Jimmy. There are no walls to climb. There are no doors to pound. This is the prison. This is the prison, Jimmy. Jimmy, listen. When I was a child, I thought there was a smile in the heavens. There wasn't a smile. It was a painted grin. Help me. Help me. Look. I'm standing deep in crawling water.
Stay here, wait.
play well. But why do you play a pavan, a dirge for a young princess?
Is that what you hear, a dirge?
Sometimes I love it so much I even imagine I am playing.
I'm not playing, you know.
Of course.
I came down here looking for something. I looked all around and all I found was myself, just me, wandering around aimlessly like all the years of my life. You know how to walk with madness, don't you, Harry?
I've learned to. What is it, Andrew? What do you see?
I see my friend.
What friend? What friend?
He's dead, you know.
Oh, who's dead?
My friend Gregor.
He's looking at me. He'd be screaming at me, but looking at me with love when he should be looking at me with hate. Why? You didn't mean to harm me.
Gregor knows so much he can hear the sound of a heartbeat hundreds of miles away.
Whose heartbeat?
The heart of a great man.
The man that wants to run away. Tell me about the one who wants to run away, Andrew.
A man of reputation.
Yes, that's it, the man of reputation. Tell me about him.
Henry, only my snow princess. She's the only one that can know my snow princess. Where is she? She'll come back. She always does. And I'll tell her then.
She won't tell me. I'm your friend, Andrew. You won't tell me?
That's true, Harry. She's forever. I'll tell her. Can't sleep till I tell.
Yes, that's right. You need some sleep, Andrew, so why don't you tell me? Andrew? Andrew? She's gone.
Gone?
That's right.
Where, Harry? She's probably waiting for me. She'll worry.
She's dead.
Dead?
She's dead.
She's dead? Harry? No, Harry. Tell me I make things up, Harry. Tell me I'm mad, but tell me she's not dead.
I can't. She's dead.
You make up things. Two terrible things.
She's dead. Dead. She's not. She's dead.
You killed her.
hills.
You did say there was no sanctuary.
What an idea. To make him a patient. A patient of madness. The confidant of other madmen. A psychiatrist feigning madness let loose among our people.
Why so impressed? We did it too.
But we won this one. The hospital's ours again.
Won. Please, don't put her with him.
Not in there. Send up another car.
But, sir, we can take both bodies.
No, you can't.
Who was she?
She was one of us. Let it go at that. Well, Andrew, the things we've seen.
Yes. The things we've seen.
Next week, it's A Time for Killing, starring George C. Scott and Michael Parks. A thrilling story of submarine warfare at the close of World War II. Now it can be told that during the war, for purposes of sneaking into small places, they experimented with making submarines smaller and smaller. And it almost caused a rift between the Army and Navy. They got one so small, Colonel Darrell Zanuck almost smoked it. Shall we up periscope and take a look at what's ahead?
I let 2 ships get away. That's what you think, isn't it?
All right. All right, didn't you?
I'm in command of the mullet, and I take the steps that I think are best to take. I don't have to answer to you. Unless you think you've got the guts to ask for a board of inquiry when we get back to Pearl.
I just walked in on a discussion in the battery compartment.
What's that?
About whether or not you've gone chicken.
And they think I have.
Yes.
Is it on course, Captain?
On course.
Take a look. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, she'll sink fast.
So join the Chrysler Theater next week when the bubble's around the house in A Time for Killing.